Tray Pickup at a Glance. Tray Pickup is the newest capability for our tray monitor application. So today's webinar, I'm going to highlight the new tray pickup capabilities, the new pickup dashboard view, as well as covering some of the capabilities in the Tray Monitor Mobile for both delivery and pickup, and the new reports that have included the new pickup capabilities. These features are all available with the Room Service Choice and Room Service versions 10.12 at 100 and higher that came out in our general release that we made available earlier this summer. So Tray Monitor is a component of Room Service applications from CBORD, and that version that would be available to you if you happen to be upgrading would be if you take an upgrade to a 10.12 or higher. So Tray Monitor, for those of you who may not be as familiar with the application, is CBORD's web-based application that lets you track the delivery progress of your trays from the time they print in the kitchen to the delivery to the patient. And up until this new version came out, it actually stopped at that point. When we delivered to the patient, we ended our tracking. And due to popular demand, we know that a lot of sites doing on-demand room service still have to help staff go and sweep floors and collect all of those trays that have been delivered, and that operation was quite onerous in some capabilities. So with the new tray pickup capability, we now have a new tray pickup dashboard as well as capabilities in the mobile device to help your staff know where the trays are that you've delivered and how long it's been since they've been delivered, so you can more efficiently sweep the floors and figure out when you need to go and collect trays in different areas of your hospital and make sure that things are not kind of piling up out on the units or on the floors. So think about whether you have these problems in your hospital and your room service operation. Do you have any complaints about, from patients or from nursing, about dirty trays that are left in their rooms too long? So it's quite common to deliver that tray and then not be able to get back to the rooms or really identify where you need to go to pick up those trays, and how long it takes to have a patient eat their tray. You certainly don't want to be taking that tray away too soon, but if it's left in the room too long, it can be in the way of both the caregiving staff as well as the patient. And then how about from your transport and delivery staff? Do they get busy? Do they lose track of where they've actually delivered all those trays? I know that many sites use various techniques like magnets on the doors or stickers or other things to try and remember that they need to go back and pick up that tray. But those are difficult because you don't have, without Tray Monitor and the Tray Pickup capability, one tool that lets you have at a glance figure out where all those trays are. And then finally, if your room service managers really want to be looking at how to monitor performance and productivity, are you meeting your benchmarks? And Tray Monitor is the tool that those managers can use to really hone in on whether or not you're delivering your trays on time, and now whether or not this last step of making sure that the trays have been picked up and cleared away from patient rooms is happening in a timely and efficient manner. So think about this. You've worked really hard with your room service operation. You've got a fantastic menu. Your call center staff is taking calls. Your line staff is executing and making sure that that food is delicious and nutritious, and they're delivering it to the patient and making sure that that patient is happy with the tray when it is delivered to them. But it really shouldn't end there. Think about the fact that you've delivered excellent customer service all the way to that point, but that's not the end. It really shouldn't end with tray delivery, and you need to think of that last part of the operation, that clearing that tray out of the room in an appropriate and timely manner is all part of the customer experience that you want to deliver to your patients. So Room Service and Tray Monitor is really a visual design system. This is a screenshot of the All Trays page, and the All Trays page of Tray Monitor really lets you take a look at a quick glance how am I doing it in my operation? And behind the scenes, you can really find out whether you've got bottlenecks. Are you running behind? Is the expediting staff or the time that it's spending in the kitchen taking too long? And you can quickly see that by looking at the timers, and those are the little smaller boxes with the yellow. Those are the timer events that can turn from yellow to red or whatever color you've configured to help alert you when things are kind of falling behind the expected schedule that would let you deliver to the benchmarks that you have. So if your benchmark is to deliver the meal to the patient within 45 minutes of the time that they've ordered, the breakdown of how you have to allocate that time, giving the line staff enough time to cook and prepare the tray, and then get that transport staff being able to get it on the carts through your elevators and up to the floors, and then finally delivered to that patient. So folks deliver and create checkpoints to represent each of those sort of stages in that delivery, preparation and delivery process. So the tray monitor at a glance concept is really a visual graphic display of what's happening in your operation. It's much easier to look at one big screen and see if the color codes tell you what that stage is. You know, hey, I've got a lot of tickets backing up in the kitchen, or I have most of my tickets are out on the floors and being delivered, and do I have any kind of problems in my operation? And that's the whole idea behind Tray Monitor, and the visual design is to let you at a glance figure out what you need to know without having to comb through a lot of reports or after the fact or track down your staff during the operational day. So we took and extended that capability to the point from the time the tray has been delivered to the patient, and now when you need to go and pick that tray back up. So the first new capability is what we call the pickup dashboard. And this is a summary screen that actually displays each of your nursing stations, but it rolls up the totals of tickets and meals and trays that have been delivered to that nursing unit or that nursing station area. And it tells you in that first upper box, let me see if I can highlight that one. Right here, you would see this is our first floor east unit, and that unit has 2 trays that have been in patient rooms longer than the threshold that you have set. So just like with Tray Monitor and a delivery threshold of maybe 45 minutes, you may set another threshold for the pickup and clearing of trays at something like 30 minutes or 40 minutes after the patient. So they have enough time to eat, but that tray is not going to sit around too long. So this is telling me that 2 of those trays in that unit area have been over my limit, over my threshold for that, and 2 are getting quite close to when I really do need to pick them up. And 5 of those trays have been delivered to the unit, but have not reached any of those thresholds yet. So quickly looking at the dashboard, I can see where are the trays that I have, or the areas that I have the most delivered trays, and where I might need to be sending transport and delivery staff to go and sweep through that floor and see if they can pick up quite a number of trays here, for example, on 2 North that need to be picked up. And I can organize myself as a transporter delivery person by just quickly looking at this dashboard and knowing where are the locations within the hospital that need attention. And that is much easier to do than having to go through any kind of reports or trying to remember where all I had those trays. And then this dashboard actually will let you expand let's see if I can get it to click properly. It will let me expand the nursing station. So if I want to see the details within that, I can simply tap on this as a touch screen enabled application. I can tap on the unit and it will roll down and expand and display all of the tickets that are the details making up that summary band. So I can see exactly what ticket numbers and what room numbers those trays are in. So staff can kind of look at where they need to go and then organize and go off to visit that floor and pick up those trays. The idea behind Tray Monitor and the Tray Pickup capability is really to help you allow your staff to improve their productivity and efficiency. In the Tray Pickup screen, and I have moved from the dashboard to just the Tray Pickup capability, and here I'm looking at, I'm going to select a nursing unit. So I've selected a nursing unit 104, and I can also select different sorts and alerts, so I can filter this screen to help me be more efficient. So if I choose to filter on the alerts, I can choose to have all alerts, which would show me any that are over my time period or my threshold, and those that are in the warning state or getting close. Or I could just look at the ones that are over and be able to hone in on those and where I need to go. You could also sort these tickets by time or room number. So it may be that I have a lot of trays up in an area, and it would be most efficient for me to go and sort this by room and go up and get them in one kind of sweep through the hall and the floor. Or I may wish to go in it at the ones that have been there the longest, so that I go and clear the ones that are most urgent out of rooms first. And this gives staff who may be using this on the floors or looking at their lists of where they're going to go and do tray pickup to really make that the most efficient, most productive way of interacting with the system. The idea, of course, is to get those trays and get them cleared out of the rooms and provide that excellent customer service. There's another view of the tray pickup area, and that pickup window would let you actually multi-select. On a desktop device, you can, in the main tray monitor, you can pick tray pickup, and you can select multiple nursing stations. So I might be responsible for a zone within the hospital as one of your ambassadors or your tray transport and delivery folks. So I could select the different units that I want to see, and I can then get a picture of where do I need to go on the second floor and where do I need to go at this unit to pick up the different trays. This Tray Monitor and the Tray Pickup capability is also available in the Tray Monitor Mobile for the more handheld devices like the iPod Touch or an iPhone. So if your delivery staff, your Tray Pickup and delivery staff have and are using Tray Monitor Mobile, they will now be able to easily toggle between pickup and delivery. And that is right here. Let's see if I can. Here on the top of the screen. This I would toggle if I want to move in back to delivery, and I'm going to put in ticket numbers and mark a tray as being delivered. And if I'm in the pickup mode here, I would see the list of all of those trays that have been delivered. This is going to be the room number that it was delivered to, the ticket number that it was, and then here is going to be that running total of the number of minutes that it's been since that tray was delivered. And again, you have the same kinds of capabilities to filter this list with the show all or showing just alerts, and also the capability to switch between whether you want this sorted and ordered from the trays that have been out there the longest or the trays that are in the room order. So as you're walking down the hall, you can even change that on the fly. The pieces of NSS and room service choice that you would use to configure this is actually found in the main service settings of the application, and it's very easy to turn on tray pickup. So those who've been using Tray Monitor and the other delivery pieces for a while, you will simply go to the new setting after you upgrade, and you will mark off that you want to include tray pickup and set these minimums and warnings and limits for the amount of time that you want those little colors to change and alert you for the pickup process. And again, that pickup is going to start from the time you mark that tray as delivered to the patient in Tray Monitor, then it will move into the pickup stage, and the pickup timer will start then. So again, if you want the warning to come 25 minutes after that tray has been delivered, then the little box will turn yellow on both the dashboard and any of the pickup screens, and you can set that to be that limit or that maximum threshold you want to be maybe 30 minutes. maybe 45, depending on what your operational goals are. With the new capabilities in Tray Monitor and with Tray Pickup, we have greatly included a number of reports, and we have also included pickup capabilities within several of the existing reports. So in today's webinar, I'm just going to highlight a couple of the ones that have pickup capabilities or pickup data included on them. Tray Monitor's reports are all Excel-based, so that you can basically query and pull in the data, and then you have all of the capabilities that you might have in Excel to run sums or do a pivot table and take a look at how your operation is doing at really, over time. And this is really management reports that will help you fine-tune your operation and make sure that you're meeting all of those benchmarks and goals that you have. The Tray Monitor Delivery Statistics Report is one of the newer reports, and it is unique in that it will group the meals that you have by the checkpoints. So you're going to get summary information as the trays go through your checkpoint process. So in my operation, I've got a kitchen checkpoint and carts that get staged in the kitchen, and then they move through into transport and elevators, and that's my overall delivery process. So I have, in this instance, 41 tickets that have been through that process for dinner on the 6th. And then I've got the average minutes that each of those trays spent in those checkpoints, and then the maximum time. So which tray took the longest? What was the maximum that it took to get through the kitchen? What was the maximum that a tray spent in the delivery process or the overall? And you can do this and sort by tray lines. If you have multiple tray lines that you use, maybe you have a main campus and an off-site location that you are printing to. Many of you do shared databases where you've split your tray lines either for load balancing and have your busy times where you split your printing across 2 different tray lines. So you can see those split out by the tray lines, and then you have lots of other capabilities for sorting the meals and the checkpoints. Let's see if we can get a little big picture here. So if I blow this one up a little bit and zoom in, you really are looking here at what's your benchmark. Can I see what's my overall time for delivering a tray? And what is the amount of time that it's taking me for picking up those trays? So if I did 20 trays and then I see what my overall times and my late counts are, I can really see how well I'm doing. Maybe I'm doing great on tray delivery, and all of those trays are being delivered within my threshold, but tray pickup is one of my challenges in my operation. So I need to improve and see if we can't get more of those trays picked up in a timely manner and work on making sure we don't have any complaints from either nursing or patients about how long trays might be sitting after they have finished eating. The next report that I wanted to highlight is the Tray Pickup by Unit report. And again, this one is just another view of what your tray pickup process is going to be. You're going to see this as a per patient report, and you're going to be able to tell how long did a particular tray spend in the pickup stage and whether it was over those limits in terms of a yes or a no. And then if you're using the Tray Monitor mobile device to track and clear your pickups, then you will have user-specific pickup information. So Tray Monitor mobile users, they will go on the mobile device, and when they tap on a ticket to show that it's been picked up, it will remove it from the process, and behind the scenes it stamps it with the time, and we know what user actually did the pickup and the delivery. So that's one of the beauties of using the mobile devices. You get the real-time data and the details down to the delivery staff and the pickup staff. So this really helps managers try and look at what folks are doing, how many trays can they get, are you needing to load balance a little bit and make sure you have more transport or more delivery staff at any one time through the day, and also then if you have any kind of complaints that you need to follow up on after the fact, this tray pickup report along with the other previous report for tray delivery would tell you, who delivered that tray, what trays that patient got, when they got it, and then how long it spent in each of the stages. So there's lots of other new reports that you can use to try and look at the operation, but really the beauty of Tray Monitor is in the graphical design and letting you really see at a glance how the trays process through the delivery stage, and it really is a way to visually see where I need to go, where I need to dispatch staff to go and pick up trays, and to improve that communication. The real-time nature of Tray Monitor lets you, everyone who has connections, see the status of the tray, when it was delivered. You can be in the call center and using room service choice and see the stages after that tray has processed and printed. It's in a delivery state, if it's been delivered, and the folks in Tray Monitor can easily see who's got those trays, where those trays are, and where they need to go. All of that leads to, better communications across your team and an improvement in that customer service. And of course, that's really what it's about, is we want to deliver the best care to those patients. And we know that getting a meal to them that's timely and nutritious and making sure that it's the full customer experience and that it's not just stopping with delivery, that you do need to make sure that that experience they have is that tray is cleared away in an appropriate time so that they can go on with their care. And of course, the managers who want to actually monitor more details about the performance of both staff and the overall operation have those other capabilities as well. So with that, I would like to have us start to look at whether you have any questions to type into the Q&A box on your screen. And I would let you know that this capability of tray tracking and tray pickup is again available with the Tray Monitor application. And our Tray Monitor application is part of the room service solution from CBORD. So if you're looking at room service solutions and tray monitoring, or if you have room service or room service choice and you hadn't looked into implementing Tray Monitor, I encourage you to inquire and look into it, and certainly you can contact Stephen Crumrine. Here, his contact information is here as well as on this next screen. He'd be happy to get back to you about any information that we can get you about Tray Monitor or room service choice or other solutions from CBORD.